I'll get started. So hi, I'm Amber from Influencer Updates on Instagram, and I'm doing my fortnightly live update and Q&A. So if you want to ask any questions, you can put them in the box at the bottom of the screen and I will answer them at the end of the fortnightly update. So I suppose I'll open with the main news for the fortnight that everybody is obsessed with. So that is Tammy Hembrow engagement rumours. So Tammy Hembrow and her boyfriend of less than 3 months, so their first date was just under 3 months ago. They're currently holidaying in the Maldives, and Matt Zukowski is her boyfriend, and he has a podcast. So if you listened to his podcast a few days ago, it was pre-recorded prior to going to the Maldives, and his co-host Anna was questioning him about the holiday, and he showed her an image of a setup that he was going to do on the beach as a surprise dinner for Tammy. And Anna questioned him and was like, this looks like an engagement. Like, you better tell her before she sees it that it's not an engagement, because she's going to think it is. And he was like, oh, well, you know, never say never. And Anna was like, well, it hasn't been very long. And he's like, well, yeah, I know. We haven't been together very long, but, you know, you never know. And I'm convinced that they're engaged. Like, she's been spotted wearing a ring on her engagement finger for the holiday since that dinner. So I guess we'll watch this space. Hopefully when they get back from the Maldives, which they're currently on their way back now, they will be able to tell all of their family, and then they'll be able to tell us. That's my plan anyway. But they were spotted at the airport just today. Somebody posted on Tea Time Facebook group, and they were spotted queuing separately for the plane. But who knows, like maybe Matt just went to the toilet and then came back and joined the line a bit further down and Tammy hadn't noticed. Like, we just don't know the real story. So hopefully nothing is going on there, because Tammy did then just post them together waiting for the plane and was acting like everything was good. So hopefully everything is all good there. So another update with Tammy is that this last fortnight she revealed her tattoo that says Matt's name. So we all knew that she got a tattoo at the White Fox Boutique event in LA just recently, and Emily Davies was stirring her up about it, saying, you know, you got a tattoo of your boyfriend's name after only dating him for 2 weeks. Like, that's wild. And yeah, we have now seen the tattoo. So it is Matt and a love heart, which is like on her sort of hip bone bikini area. And yeah, I'm really happy that she showed us, because I was dying to know firstly what it said. Like, M. Davis had said it was Matt's name, but was it Matthew? Was it Matt? Was it MZ? Like, we now know that it is Matt, which is interesting given that her ex-fiance's name is also Matt. But I'm sure that's just, you know, I guess a coincidence, an unfortunate coincidence. All right, moving on to the next big update. Oh, I haven't actually written this one on here, but I obviously have to talk about it. So Olivia Rogers and Morgan Waterhouse. So I've been talking about them for months now. Every week, people are wanting to know if they're together, if they're not together. And recently, the Daily Mail revealed that they overheard Olivia talking to a photographer, saying that people don't know this, but Morgan and I are no longer together. So that was sort of like an unofficial announcement. And since then, yesterday, Olivia posted on a Q&A on her story that it is true, her and Morgan are no longer together. So I simply reposted that on my public page, and little did I know it was going to cause a huge big drama, because Morgan's 2 best friends, Mick Maio and Jackson, who is his co-host on his podcast, they commented on the post saying that implying that Olivia cheated on Morgan. I don't know if it actually said cheated. I think it said she had other sexual partners while she was dating Morgan. Sorry, I can't remember the exact wording, but I have turned off comments for now. I just don't want to be like stirring trouble. I don't know. I don't know the truth. I need to talk to Jackson or Mick and see what's going on here. I did ask Jackson just before he would go live with me, but 8 o'clock came around and I hadn't heard back from him. But if he's watching, I don't know if he's watching, he can like request to join and maybe we could hear from him. But I said to him, make sure he checks with Morgan first. Like, I don't want him and Morgan fighting or anything. But yeah, let's see if he joins us at some point. The next update, so Steph Claire Smith and Brittney Saunders, in the last fortnight, they have both chopped all their hair off. So this is just a bit of a fun update. So they both had, you know, longish hair, and now they both have blonde bobs. It seems to be the fashion lately. Tammy obviously has a blonde bob, as does Cartier Milan. And I personally would never cut my hair into a bob. I've always had long hair, but I think that it's really fun that they're doing it, and they can probably afford to get extensions if they get sick of it. So always good for them. Another update is Kate Jones, otherwise known as Dedicated. She has announced that she has a massive project that she's going to be announcing. So she's announced that she's announcing a massive project. And back in May, she actually previewed the project. She showed like a stack of fabric, and people were thinking it was maybe like a Fate collaboration or a homewares collaboration. But I actually messaged Kate at the time and I was like, spill, like, I want to know, what is this project? Like, can I tell people? And she just wrote back, I'll give you another clue. And it was like a pen writing. And I was like, wow, can I share this clue? And she's like, just wait until it's like a bit closer. So I've now shared that clue, which makes the fabric samples look now like journal covers. So that was the hottest guess, was that she was releasing like a journal, sort of like Steph Pace Planners style. Then Naked Harvest, a few days ago, I think it was yesterday actually, they've announced that they're doing a collaboration with Kate Jones. So that is the massive project. So this surprises me because saying a massive project, it makes it sound like it's her own business. But she has done Naked Harvest collaborations before. So maybe it's like a big range, like bigger than her Tutti Frutti range that she did. But I mean, it is very exciting, of course, but I'm a little bit disappointed only because I personally don't take supplements and stuff. Like, it's not something I would buy, and I don't know, I like to buy influencers products. I'm a bit of a sucker like that, hence me running this account. But I'm sure that that will do very well for the Naked Harvest audience, of course, which is owned by Georgie Stevenson. Okay, next update. Sorry, there's a lot to get through. So Kerri Gribble, she is an OnlyFans creator, and she is known for fat shaming Michaela Testa maybe 6 months ago. So she saw her at a White Fox event and then went on Snapchat and was Snapchatting her friend saying, you know, I've just seen Michaela Testa in real life and she's actually really fat. She's not what she seems on Instagram. And everybody was really upset about that video, saying that that's horrible and Michaela Testa is absolutely not fat. And so she has gone on a podcast, Kerri Gribble, and she's talking about her career on OnlyFans, and she spilt a few interesting details. So I'm just going to sort of censor a few words here because I don't want to get banned on Instagram. So Kerri has said that she's never organismed on camera. I'm saying that funny on purpose, by the way, just so I don't get banned. And yeah, so she's never organismed on camera. And also she believes that OnlyFans creators are, how can I say this a bit funny? I'll just say it, prostitutes. She says that OnlyFans creators are prostitutes, and she is not, because she only has sex with her boyfriend on her OnlyFans account. And I mean, this didn't go down well. People took it as she is shaming other OnlyFans creators, which are essentially her colleagues. And yeah, I think people just didn't think that that sounded like a very nice thing to say. And maybe she should have worded it differently, that they're like her personal boundaries or something. But yeah, she peed a lot of people off, unfortunately. Other update here is Indy Clinton name guesses. So she's been dropping a lot more clues. Of course, the star on the tree with the letter S, she has got a lot of people predicting the name Star. I personally think it's a bit obvious. So she's saying that she couldn't drop a super obvious clue as clue number 2 because it would make it way too easy to guess. So I don't think it's going to be Star. There has been like a screenshot of something on TikTok where she said that Dove is the closest guess. So people are thinking maybe it's Swan, because Swan and Dove, they're both types of birds. And she also mentioned that if her baby was going to be a boy, his name would be Hawk. So Dove, Hawk and Swan, again, all types of birds. So Swan is a top guess. However, she also released like a thing saying, like, with the TikTok Creator of the Year, I think that's tomorrow that gets announced, and Indy is one of the nominees. She said, she did like a link to how to vote, and she said, Navy, Bambi, and S XXXXX is mum. Like, vote for me, vote for their mum. And anyway, so she wrote S, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there were 5 X's after the S. So I'm thinking it's like S and then 4 more letters and then apostrophe S. So I'm thinking it's a 5-letter name. That's a long way of saying I think it's a 5-letter name. And a lot of people are thinking the name's Scout. So apparently Scout is the main character in the book To Kill a Mockingbird. So again, it's like Mockingbird, there's that bird reference. And also she posted a photo of a tree the other day, and she said, this is like a clue. Again, bird reference, because birds live in trees. And also the cover of To Kill a Mockingbird is a tree. So there's a few clues for that one, potentially. Second last one, so Sarah's Day, this was 2 weeks ago, so as I said, I'm doing 2 weeks of updates, so this seems like really old news now, but Sarah's Day was telling us all the other day that she is unable to send her book to Israel, her cookbook, and seeming very confused by it. She also then said that she wants to send presents to children in Israel and Palestine, and does anybody know how she can do this? And I guess the feedback on this post was not very positive. I get that she's trying to do a nice thing by sending them presents, but they are in a war zone. They need food, they need water, they need shelter, they need their mums and dads. Like, they don't need Pokemon toys, which was what Sarah posted in the picture. And also they don't celebrate Christmas. They are not Christian. So it was a bit of a strange post. It really seemed like Sarah either didn't know about the situation that's going on in Israel and Palestine, but then why would she want to be sending them presents? But yeah, I do think her heart was in the right place, but it just came across as very tone deaf, unfortunately. And the final update here is Lily Brown had her boyfriend Jett Kenny on her podcast as the finale episode. And Jett is 28, and Lily and Jett said that they see themselves with kids in the next 5 years, but Lily's friends have said that she isn't allowed to have babies until after something in particular that she can't say. So, I mean, I'm personally thinking that the thing that she can't say is M. Davies' wedding. So she's not allowed to have babies until then because they want her to get lit with them, basically. That's just my guess. I'm not sure what other people's guesses are, but yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. They do talk about babies a lot. They both seem like they really want babies. They have been together less than a year. So they got together officially boyfriend and girlfriend New Year's Eve last year, and they live in separate towns. She lives on the Gold Coast, he lives on the Sunshine Coast. And yeah, I don't know, like, it's weird to me that he's 28. I don't know. He just seems very young, but I suppose the older I get, the younger people seem, because I'm 34, but yeah, he's just seemed very, very young to me. Okay, and that's all of the biggest updates for the last fortnight. I'll also just mention that I actually got invited to a event today. It was like a media event, and it was to advertise Curtis Stone events. Curtis Stone has like this new event space at the Botanical Gardens in Melbourne, and it's like a wedding venue, and it is so, so stunning. It's on like the lake, and Kurt Coleman was the DJ there. So Kurt Coleman, the original Australian influencer, he was there, and it was the first time I had met him in real life, and I thought that was really exciting for me personally. And yeah, he was really fun and played really good music. He played sort of like the old school R&B sort of music, which I loved. And yeah, I met lots of interesting people. I met like journalists from the Herald Sun and people who own PR agencies who like manage influencers and things. So that was very fun, and I was so excited to be invited. But I did post a photo of myself and Kurt Coleman on Close Friends, but maybe I'll post one publicly. I mean, everyone knows what I look like and everyone knows what Kurt looks like, but I just think it's fun. Anyway, I am just going to go through the questions. So, Ashy Bines' new healing journal. Yes, Ashy Bines and her podcast host, Kiara, they announced this week that they have released a healing journal, as they're calling it. It's like a yellow book with educational material as well as space to write out and work through things. So there's like 12 different chapters, I think, like one per month for a year. And yeah, I mean, it looks like a really great product, but I did look up the price, which was $90, and it is, I think, $8 shipping. So it's $98 for a journal, a book journal, which is a very high price point. So I get that it's probably worth that. And I mean, they would have put so much work into it, and it does look like good quality printing, but I personally would not be paying $98 for a journal of any sort. Like, that just seems very expensive. But I'm sure they've got a loyal following who will want to pay that. And yeah, I'll be following along in their Facebook group to see how people go with it. I'm sure people will get great results from that. But yes, very surprising with that price point. I thought that they would go for more like a volume price point where they lower the price to sell more, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh, lots of people writing about the journal. Heaps of people saying that they're just money grabbers. It's an insane price. I mean, I don't think they're money grabbers. I think they're business savvy. Kiara has recently, I believe, finished a life coaching course. So, I mean, there are also chapters about fitness and stuff. So Ashy is a qualified PT, I believe. But yeah, I think people just like to hate Ashy. I think that's all it is, really. Like, why does it matter that she's released a book? Like, she's not forcing anybody to buy it. I think that's really exciting for her, and her followers seem really excited by it too. Wow, it's definitely the hot topic of the week. Every single comment is about them. Here we go. Here's a new one. Ideas on what Abby Chatfield's new announcement will be. So I just posted this to close friends just like a few minutes ago before I went on here. So I haven't seen people's guesses, but Abby Chatfield has said that she's got an announcement coming, and she's in like a green dress and just looking all sexy like she normally does. So, I mean, a new sex toy collaboration, that's a possibility. People are saying jewelry. I did see just before I logged on here, I just saw like one guess come through and it was jewelry. Yeah, I really don't know. She has announced she's hosting F-Boy Island Season 2, so we already know that. It doesn't look like a Masked Singer ad. It looks like very much a solo project. So, not sure. What would be cool is if it was a revamp of her clothing brand Verbose, which we have not heard about in maybe 6 months now. We haven't heard a single thing about it, which is weird. All right. Oh, yeah, lots of guesses for the names. Indy Clinton has also said that it is a short name. I think she said that it's one syllable, like Scout or Swan. Do you know anything about Molly-Mae and Tommy Fury? I know that... Sorry, she is the only exception when I talk about Australian influencers. Molly-Mae is the only exception because I personally love her, and I've done a poll before asking if people would mind if I talk about her, and people are like, yes, talk about her. So Molly-Mae has been spotted the last few months not wearing her engagement ring, and Tommy Fury has recently been partying in Dubai with Chris Brown, and people are just a little bit upset that he's not spending time with Molly, being that he is away on his boxing camps all the time, and you'd think that when he has time off, he would want to spend time with his fiance and child. But do I know anything? I think, well, my initial thought was that Molly's lost the ring, and I thought maybe she doesn't want to tell people that she's lost it because it would be a very expensive ring, and people would sort of be like, well, you shouldn't have been so careless, and maybe she was hoping she would find it. And that would be why she hadn't addressed it, because she normally addresses things. So it's weird that she hasn't addressed it. But the media has picked it up lately with this video of Tommy Fury partying and said, you know, what's happening? Sorry, I just need to cough. Okay, sorry. And, okay, back to Molly-Mae. Yeah, so people wondering what's happening, and then she hadn't posted a picture for 5 days, and then suddenly she's posted like a blurry picture of herself in a black dress, and her hand's a bit blurred, but you can see that she's got the ring back on again. So I guess that's her symbol to everybody that she's putting up a united front with Tommy, and they are still together, which is good news, of course. But yeah, I don't know any other goss, sorry. I mean, that's just all I know. Any updates on Close Friends 2024 now that we're in the last month of 2023? Yeah, so a few of you have noticed that I have changed my Instagram name to Amber Paul, which is my name. The handle is still Influencer Updates AU, but what's going to happen is I have to change to a creator account. Currently, I'm just like a personal account. So I'll have to change to a creator account and then verify myself as Amber Paul. And then I'll be able to do the monthly subscription. That's my plan. So I'm not sure how that's all going to go logistically. Hopefully that'll all work out. And as soon as January ticks over, I'll still have my close friends list. So I'll be keeping them all updated for sure as to what happens with this transfer over to a monthly subscription. But yeah, I've just got to see what happens with Instagram and if they'll let me do the monthly subscription. Otherwise, not really sure. Because if I do the annual one again, it's just very manual, having to manually add every single person. But yeah, that's all I know for now. Gretty update. So this is another one that comes up every week. So Gretty Rose, Ashy Bines' ex-bestie, she is now a Monet MLM person. And yeah, she gets called a scammer a lot, but it's not actually a scam. Like, technically it's not a scam. Like, selling Monet and signing people up, it is not a scam. It's just a lot of people use very dodgy business practices to like sign people up, and a lot of people go into debt to sign up, like to try and live this dream. And yeah, it's a bit predatory the way some people approach it. I don't know if Gretty is being predatory in her ways, but yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. Okay. Thoughts on influencers that attended the James Charles event, considering what circulated about him a few years ago? Yeah, I mean, a few years ago, there was proof that James Charles had been grooming people under 18, and James Charles is a very powerful, famous person. So it is, an abuse of that power, I suppose. And yeah, he recently held a influencer event on the Gold Coast, and there were a whole bunch of young Australian TikTokers that went. And yeah, I suppose, it's crap that fame sort of overrules all of those things, and people want to go because he's famous. They want to associate with him because he's famous, and it can boost their profile. I'm not really sure how James Charles got away with it. Maybe I haven't seen the full story. Maybe there's more to it where he was proven innocent. I'm not sure. I need to look into that a bit more. But yes, they were the allegations that he was grooming younger children. How's my sister going? My nephew Sonny should be here soon. How exciting. Yes, so my sister Kayla, who used to own Tribe Skincare, she is having her baby next week. She is having a boy and she is naming him Sonny. And yes, I'm very excited. And my birthday is the following week, so he'll be the same star sign as me. Okay, what else? Lots on the James Charles event. I think that one person might write things and then other people are reading it and commenting, going along with it, sort of thing. Are any influencers bringing out Xmas pajamas? You think they would release them by now to ensure they can be posted and received in time for Christmas? Yeah, so Fadova, she released some Christmas pajamas as part of her All for Mimi brand, and Sarah's Day, she has released pajamas with White Fox Boutique. Brittney Saunders, so she actually posted a story in the last week or two saying that she tried to release Christmas clothes. I think it was like a Christmas range of like outfits you could wear for Christmas events, but apparently the samples didn't come back in time, and then it would have been too tight of a deadline. I don't think they were pajamas, but yeah, so that's not happening anymore. But yeah, other than that, I think it's just Sarah's Day and Sofadova that have done Christmas pajamas. I suppose it's a bit of a tricky thing because it is such a tight deadline, and then if they don't sell out, you're left with all the stock. But yeah, don't know, I haven't seen them a lot. Oh, actually, Lily Brown would have, yeah, she definitely released Christmas pajamas as part of her Chill brand. Have you seen Liv and Ash Mescia's brand launch? Yes, so Liv and Ash Mescia, they are twins, and they recently released a clothing brand. Can't remember what it was called. I'm sure someone will write it in the comments. But they released a YouTube video saying that they initially had like a business partner or something that screwed them over, and they lost, I think, $100,000. I haven't actually watched the video. I've just been told about the video. So I need to watch that one, but that sounds like a lot of money to lose. And then they still persisted, and they've launched a clothing brand. So really exciting for them. But I don't hear much about them lately. I think maybe their audience might be American or something, because nobody ever messages me about them unless they've got like a younger audience. Not sure. Is Morgan Waterhouse's best friend Jackson the same guy that Brittney Saunders dated a long time ago? Yes. Yes is that answer. So if you remember Brittney from back in the YouTube days, she had a boyfriend called Jackson, and the two of them together were both just so loud and funny. And the rumours are that it was just like a PR relationship. It wasn't for real, and they were just dating to like boost each other's profiles. I'm not sure if they've admitted that or what, but yeah, it was really fun back in the days when they were together. Someone's saying here that technically Monet MLM is not a scam, but it also affects other people in terms of you can change your life, and also tries to target mums. Yeah, that's true. It's like predatory marketing behaviour. Do you know if Anna is moving with Rachel Dillon and Toby Pierce? So Rachel Dillon and Toby Pierce are moving to the Gold Coast, as well as Kayla Itsinas and her husband Jay. So Kayla mentioned it back in June when she was on the Mark Burris podcast, and Rachel Dillon and Toby Pierce have only just announced it recently. And I believe, Anna would be going as well, since the four of her parents are going to be moving to the Gold Coast. And there's an account called Keeping Up with Aussie Influencers, and they have done like a post about the house that Rachel and Toby have bought, and it's a $7 million mansion on the Gold Coast canals, and it just looks so stunning. And it's so crazy what you can get for $7 million there compared to Melbourne. Like, it's just so much cheaper. So expensive that I could never imagine a $7 million house. But also, Toby Pierce and Kayla Itsinas, they recently bought back their brand Sweat. So they bought that back from iFit, who purchased it for, I think, like 280 million Australian dollars or something, maybe a few years ago. I'm not sure what the numbers were, but we don't know how much Toby Pierce and Kayla Itsinas bought it back for. I'd be so interested to know. But yeah, very cool that they've taken back ownership. They must get along very well to be buying their brand back together as well. And it's also very interesting that Toby has bought back Sweat when his fiance Rachel, she owns her own fitness app called Move With Us. Yeah, they're very interesting lately. I think Ruby Tuesday Matthews and her partner are no longer together. They aren't following each other. Yes, this has been happening a little bit lately. So I think what's happening is that one of them is blocking the other one, and that's why they're both unfollowing. Because it's happened with Olivia Rogers and Morgan Waterhouse lately. Like, they're both unfollowing, but yeah, I think it's more of a block. So like if Ruby blocks Shannon or Dodsey, he will then appear to not be following her. So I think that's what's happening, but I don't know what's going on, because they unfollowed each other recently, and then they were following again, and then she posted him in like videos, and then now they're unfollowing each other again. So yeah, that's really awful. But their daughter Holiday, Ruby took Holiday to a Jag lunch recently, Jag the clothing brand, and there was some like macadamia cream on some beetroot, and I guess Holiday must be allergic to nuts, because Ruby said that Holiday had an anaphylactic reaction to the macadamia cream, and she's fine now, but I'm not sure if she meant anaphylactic reaction or allergic reaction. She didn't mention like an EpiPen or a hospital visit or anything. So yeah, I think she might have had an allergic reaction, but yeah, she's okay now. Oh, somebody here has said that the Mescia Twins brand is called My Vintage Pleasure, MVP. And that they only got up to a size 14, I think. Yeah, I'll have to look into the size range of that. I like that Sofa Dofa's new brand is very wide range of sizes. Okay. Do you know anything about Byron Bay's TV show? Will there be another season? I haven't heard anything, and I sort of think it's a bit late now to do another season. Like, it's kind of lost the momentum. I feel like it did really well. Like, I feel like it was in like the top 10 of Australian TV shows for a while, and everyone was talking about it. But also everyone loved to hate it. It's real tall poppy syndrome in Australia. Like, if anyone's trying to do something good, people like to tear it down. It's the same with like Lara Bingle's reality show, Roxy Jasenko. She only got one episode of her reality show. Then there was also a show called The Shire, which was amazing, but that got cut after one season. So yeah, I don't know what's happening with Australian reality shows. They never seem to do very well. Okay. Have you noticed Sky Wheatley has been posting a lot more loving romantic posts with her boyfriend Lockie? Do you think it's because she was getting a lot of comments about their relationship? No, I think that maybe she just is in a good mood with him lately. Like, I think that she's very open, that they fight a lot. She was posting recently about how she got pregnant 4 months after they started dating, and now they're still together. Which I love that she like plays into it all. Like, she knows that people think it's crazy and she just has fun with it all. So, I mean, I don't think she's posting loving posts to try and prove a point. Like, she likes to prove the point that they love each other some days and hate each other others. She posted a really funny video tonight of her and Lockie sharing a meal out of a pan, and they were just eating it straight out of the pan. I just couldn't stop watching. You need to watch it. It's just so random. And they're both just like making all these eating noises like, yum. It's just the most random video. But I just think that's what you get with Sky, just really random stuff. Okay. Lots of the same questions. Just shows that everybody's interested in the same things, which is good. Any updates on Anna Paul's skincare? So yes, she had a launch party last night and she announced that she has a new product for her brand, Paulie's Skincare, and it is a hydrating mask. So there was a bit of controversy with this, being that everyone wanted a lip balm. Like, if you look at the comments on any of her recent posts, everybody's saying, bring out a lip balm, bring out a lip balm. But she released a hydrating mask, and she already has a clay mask and a hydrating serum. So, I mean, it's a bit of a boring product. I'm sure it'll do really well, and lots of people want a hydrating mask, but it's just that people expected something new, and it's sort of like a combination of two products rather than something new. Okay, what else have we got? I didn't get a request from Jackson to be in my live, unfortunately. Any Roxy Jasenko updates? Well, no. She's still living in Singapore and still posting all of her expenses and her high life, but I haven't got any updates. I'm very much looking forward to seeing Pixie Curtis's annual Christmas wish list. So she posts that every birthday, which is around mid-year, I think, and every Christmas, and I like to see what's cool. She asks for